Scott, I'm so excited, man. EA's Black Panther game will be an open world. A job ad suggested. That's right. Let's get into Jordan Miller over at VGC. A job listing by new EA studio Cliffhanger Games seeks a principal sandbox designer to work on Marvel's Black Panther. Part of the job description reads that successful applicants will be instrumental in designing and populating encounters, systems, and gameplay within a dynamic and evolving open world. Drawing upon a deep understanding of technical design principles and a passion for creating immersive sandbox experiences, this role demands close collaboration with design teams, AI engineering, and technical art departments to bring our game world to life. End quote. Cliffhanger Games was formed in 2021 and is led by Kevin Stevens, who was boss of Warner's Monolith during development of Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, man, and Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Can we get a little flavor for the Nemesis system? You knew I was going there, right?
Did you play those games? I have to ask.
Absolutely.
You, I didn't play the second one.
The second one I thought was a little bit. I didn't find it as good as the first one. If that makes sense.
It kind of didn't hook me. That's kind of what happened to me.
Yeah, no, I did enjoy the first one more, but that Nemesis system is just it's just legendary, man. It is so what a cool system. In addition to leaders from those games, Cliffhanger's team includes veterans of franchises, including Halo, God of War, and Call of Duty, according to EA. The Black Panther game is being developed in collaboration with Marvel Games, of course. Quote, "We want our game to enable players to feel what it's like to be worthy of the Black Panther mantle in unique, story-driven ways, and we want Cliffhanger Games to empower everyone on our team as we collaborate to bring this amazing world to life." End quote, Stevens said. Scott, where are you at with Black Panther?
I'm not really sure how popular Black Panther is in general, because I've just kind of stayed away from the Marvel movies in general. But I recall that one Marvel movie, or the one Black Panther movie, I mean, and that was good. But beyond that, I can't really think too much about. For example, how does he get around? Okay,
well,
if this is an open world, and we're moving around, and we've got to go vast distances. Does he have a vehicle? Is it that easy?
No. Well, okay. So this is where I hear where you're at, right? I completely get where you're at, because I'm there at the same time going, how does he move around? So there's Marvel. Rest in peace, Marvel's Avengers.
I'm not sure what his powers are, other than he's a man in a cat suit, and that has my fandom already. I'm interested.
Yeah, no, he's quick, he's agile, right? He's got some claws that can shred through some things for sure. But when it comes to the movement in Marvel's Avengers, he's able to kind of get around quickly, but it's not like swinging through the streets like Spider-Man, right? Or flying like Iron Man or Superman, or when you get into these games, when it comes to that superhero movement. No, exactly. So then when you talk about open world, are you going to make me go from point A to point B, which is on the other side of the map, but how am I getting there? And that was my biggest fear too, is okay, how are they going to set this up so I don't feel like it's a chore? Dude, shout out to Mafia. Mafia 1 was great, Mafia 2 was cool, Mafia 3, you literally went from point A to point B, but you had to drive all the way over there, and it felt so...
I loved that in 2.
Did you? Okay, but in 3 though, it felt monotonous, right? Like you didn't. It was just like, oh man, I gotta do this again. Do I really need to go all the way over there? The problem is, then you get all the way over there, and then you have to come all the way back. It's like, oh no. So I know it's completely different teams, but it's that mindset of, okay, Black Panther doesn't have the mobility of, flying or zipping across a map in seconds. So how are we going to traverse the world? How is it? It is a story game, right? So that's the other side of it too. So we are going to have story focuses. I'm guessing there's going to be fast travel points. I think that would make a ton of sense, depending, right? I think it's how it's done. And if it's set up accordingly, that we open up the bits of the map as we get around in the story. And then by the time you're all said and done, or, halfway through the game, you've been set up in different points that now you're able to fast travel to. I think it's key on the storytelling of the open world to get us into locations that we don't feel like, okay, here we go, we're at the farthest side of the map, and now we got to go all the way back to the far other side of the map, and we got to walk.
No, what if it's just some catnip that allows you to run really fast for a short amount of time? I just don't know how Black Panther is going to work, but this is a lot of comfort, or a lot of care has to be put into this world. If this is going to be an open world, that's true in any open world, but you're right. If there's limiting factors, we're really going to have to be careful with how the story is untold or whatnot.
Absolutely. And then when you get into the world of Wakanda itself too, like we were able to explore very little in the Marvel's Avengers game of Wakanda. You had like headquarters, and that was basically it. So how big are they going to make this if it is an open world? And what other locations are we exploring while we're in the map of Wakanda, right? What other ideas are they going to bring to the table? I'm pretty excited. This is obviously, it's a job posting, which tells me we're probably gunning into PS6 and the next Xbox by the time we see this, right? That's how far along this is going to be, straight up. If we're playing it for next-gen consoles to come out in 2028, give or take, it's only 4 years away, right? This game is not going to be ready in 4 years.
I can't believe we're talking about a new console generation and the games that might release on it already. It feels like 4 years has come so fast.
Yeah, no, it is. It's been a quick turnaround already, for sure. And there's always something else to talk about, just like over on ITGTV.com. Make sure you hit us up over there and follow all of our socials. Keep up on the conversation.